Hey, how's it going? My name is Stu Levy, and I'm an amateur endurance athlete, meaning that I'm not good enough to be professional or to receive any money from anyone or any sponsorships, unfortunately, even though I bust my ass and act crazy enough to basically train all the time and not really rest like I should. Um, that says a lot for me, I suppose, right there. Why I do this, I don't know, other than the sense of accomplishment and the thrill that you get when you finally finish and feel like you've done something that is more or less impossible. Pushing oneself and your body, your mind, your willpower, basically seeing kind of how far you can go along the way. And the battle of your own will is really, I think, at least half of it, not just the physical side. So, anyways, basically what I'm doing here is a simple vlog. I'm not really showing anything fancy. I'm just chatting for a couple of minutes once a week. I am taking on my first Ironman, and I'm actually doing a daily little vlog in Japanese. But I figured, why don't I do a weekly one in English and just sort of summarize the week, just throw it out there, at least for my own sake, if no one else's. So basically, I just finished the first week of training, and my situation isn't particularly good, to be honest. I had done a lot of travel, and I just flew back into town, and then immediately hitting the ground the next morning, had to wake up and do a Ragnar, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's a long relay race, 200 miles. We had a great team of 12 people, and I was one of the team members. My leg was the first one up, and my total running time over 3 legs was 26 miles. So basically, and on my flight after all this travel, I came out and I really was pushing my body a lot. I had jumped around Asia, a number of destinations, flying once a day for 4 days in a row, and then coming back to LA, hitting the ground running with a couple meetings here in LA, and then finally going to sleep, but frankly getting sick. My body, I got a cold or a flu or something, and wasn't sure how I would do on the relay, but got myself up in the morning, went down to San Diego, or Huntington Beach. The race went from Huntington Beach to San Diego, and my goal was to be part of the team and to test myself to see what I could do. And I ran okay, but I had GI problems, meaning my stomach, if you're not familiar with that term, gastro problems. So I never encountered that in a race before. I really was having troubles, frankly, holding it in during my run. And during my first leg, I even stopped by a quick pit stop, which killed 3 minutes off my time. Luckily, my time was doing pretty good, so I was able to still hit my goal. But it was tough, and that didn't get better. We were all traveling around in this van, sort of meeting each runner to what they call exchanges. So every point after a runner's leg, we would be there with the van, so the new runner would get out and be ready, and then grab the baton when the old runner came in, and then that old runner would hop in the van. We'd go to the next place, and we did this for 30 hours in a row. We did get some time while we had 2 vans rotating. So when the second van was quote unquote on, our van was off, and we tried to get in a few hours of sleep. But really, sleeping in a van in the middle of the night after you've been running and sweaty and smelly and don't feel good, you don't get much sleep. So that happened. Once again, the team was awesome. The people were great. It was a good experience, but not coming off of a crazy trip and not with your Ironman training 2 days away waiting for you. So I started my Ironman training. I finished that Saturday night, came back, kind of rested on Sunday, and then started my Ironman training on Monday. And I just finished my first week. I'm in my second week, the beginning of my second week now. And at the end of this week, I've got the Boston Marathon. So my body is freaking out. I'm sick. I even missed a day already in my first week. I missed the Saturday. I made up for it the next day by doing a long ride, and then today, which is Monday, I did what I was supposed to do on Sunday, which is a medium run and a swim, 2,800 meters. I've got this plan that I'm following. I don't have a coach because I'm traveling. I'm going to travel a little bit, and I haven't really found a coach that can kind of fit my schedule for the price that I'm looking for. So I have this plan, and I'm training on my own, which is how I've always trained for stuff. I'd love to have a coach, but right now I don't. Maybe that will change. But for week number one, I did, other than the one day I skipped, I did everything else on the plan. Um, some days, like my long ride, which was 75 miles on yesterday, was good. The ride was good. My butt ached by the end because cycling isn't my main sport. Running is, but I did my best and made it through. Did okay, a little bit, less than 5 hours. I'm not the fastest cyclist, and I have an old road bike. Planning on getting a tri bike, but still need to go look at bikes and compare and spec one out. And then today I was hurting majorly. 11-mile run, just headache the whole time. Hopped on my bike, went down to the pool, got in the pool, and frankly felt like puking for most of the swim, but hung in there. Didn't go too fast, just kind of tried to ease myself through the swim. Main set 2,000 meters and warm up and cool down at 400 each, so 2,800. But it was really, really tough, and I'm exhausted. I worked all day after that, and it's 10:30, and I'm just going to go and crash right now. So that was week number one. I got week number two starting right now, and it's going to end with the Boston Marathon. So I may be dead by the end of the week, and it's a 20-week plan. So this is how I'm starting. I don't know if anyone else has gone through this. I'm sure I'm making lots of mistakes, maybe just pushing too much, but I'm afraid to stop. I'm afraid to miss days. I don't want to go into my race at the end of August without having gone through 20 weeks of prep. So I'm just sort of sucking it up. I don't know what else to do. But anyways, I hope my body can kind of get through it. I hope I can sleep a bit more and come out strong. So that's my week one vlog for my 20-week Ironman training. Hopefully this is reference to anyone. If anyone does have any comments or questions or opinions, feel free. And I'll come back at you in another week, let you know how it went. Thanks for listening. Once again, my name's Stu, and attempting my first Ironman.